Let's move to the next section where I show some assumptions. Metal halide lamp life at 10,000 hours, labor rate at $20 an hour, bulb cost at $30. $30 is less than a Home Depot cost, but slightly higher than a distributor. The labor rate, that would be very, very high for some parts of the country. And right here, New York City, union rules and the like, this is very, very low. Lamp life for this particular lamp, I think, is not disputed at 10,000 hours, but yet it's still a variable for the purpose of calculating your own return on investments for your own applications. So as we go through this, in this scenario, we have a 20-watt LED fixture that is going to last you over 11 years. When we use 11 years worth of metal halide, we're going to have to do 5 bulb changes in that same amount of time. Material cost, assuming $30 a bulb, is $150. Labor cost at about $100. Total labor and material over that 11-year period is $2,150. So what we're looking at here is a tremendous savings over the period of the product. Now, and that's per. Now, when we look at summary savings per year, we're looking at about a $600 per year savings. And I think what's most important for those of us who understand investment in energy efficiency, this is an important number here. The total savings over the lifetime of that 20-watt LED wall pack is approaching $7,000. And I think that's the bottom line. And we're not really sacrificing much in the way of lumens. We're gaining as far as efficiencies in maintenance and energy. Let's look at another example. Real quick, in this case, this is a 30-watt LED versus a 100-watt metal halide. Quick things that we'll point out, the 30-watt LED is about 35 watts, 34.8 watts. Our average to minimum ratio, 1.4 to 1, very good. Our cost per square foot is 0.12. Let's take a quick look at the 100-watt metal halide. We're looking at actually 140 watts. We're looking at an average of 2.3 to 1, not as good as the LED, certainly. And the cost per square foot at 0.65 watts per square foot. So that's significantly higher. Let's look at the side-by-side. So we've got here in the same scenario of 12 hours a day, 12 cents a kilowatt hour. I won't repeat that. That is the same assumption made throughout the presentation. Also the 50,000 hour life for 11.4 years. And the assumptions for cost on the labor, the lamp cost, and the life of the metal halide lamp we're comparing is demonstrated there, so we won't repeat that over and over. Bottom line here is the first year savings is over $1,000, and the lifetime savings in this scenario of 20 fixtures is $11,000, almost $11,700. Another quick scenario for you: 40 watt versus 175 watt LED, 1.6 to 1. Average min-max ratio. Our 40 watt is actually coming in at just under 40 watts, and our watt per square foot is 1/10 of a single watt. Beside the 175 metal halide is certainly more than 175 watts. That's stated here. Sorry about that. Our average to min ratio is 2 to 1, which is not bad, frankly, for a metal halide fixture. And the power density is 0.44 watts per square foot. So not as good, not nearly as good as the 40-watt LED. Let's do a quick side-by-side. So in the same scenario of 20 fixtures, we're saving about $140 a month in straight energy alone. The first year, we're looking at about an $1,800 payback and over a $20,000 payback. And I should probably mention here that if you're running at a 15 or 18 20, 22 cent kilowatt hour rate, your paybacks will balloon quickly. So when you do get the spreadsheets in your email, play around, look at maybe the building that you're working in as the application, and run through roughly what you pay per kilowatt hours, how many hours a day, and so on, and take a look at what a 40 watt, 20 watt, or 30 watt MaxLight LED wall pack can do for you in your facility. Let's take a look at one more side-by-side comparison. In this case, we'll take a look at a 70-watt LED, dark skies compliant wall pack versus a 250-watt metal halide, dark skies compliant. Notice here that we have a throw. When we look here at the LED, 70-watt LED, we have a throw of over 50 feet or about 50 feet. Fixtures spaced at about 25 feet apiece. We have a total watts of 70 watts. We have a 3-to-1 ratio on the average to minimum, and we have less than 0.1% of watts per square foot illuminated, which is fantastic. Let's take a quick look at the 250 watt metal halide. We have probably close to 300 watts in actual consumption. We have average to minimum of 3.1 to 1, which was what you should expect from a metal halide. Obviously it's going to be much brighter directly below the fixture than it's going to be at 50 feet out. And your watts per square foot illuminated is 0.31, which is actually not so bad. Let's do a quick side-by-side and see how this stacks up financially. So what we're showing here is that in the same scenario of 20 fixtures, we're saving about $190 per month in pure electric. When we consider the life cycle of the product compared to the Incumbent, we're looking at a first year savings of about $2,400, and the summary savings over the lifetime of the product, including, in energy alone, it's over $25,000 at 12 cents a kilo rate, and then another $1,500 in labor and materials is significant. And that, I should say, all throughout this, the labor and materials have been on the very, very conservative side, as well as the metal halide lamp life assumption. I apologize for that, but from one manufacturer to the other varies widely. So now a little bit of a commercial about the products that we have been focusing on. We have our 20 watt Dark Skies compliant wall pack. For those of you who are blessed to be in a NEEP or Design Lights Consortium area where your utility has pledged to work with the Design Lights Consortium for rebates, you'll be happy to know that all of these products are rebatable. Notice that in the financial scenarios that we worked through together just a moment ago, I did not include any rebates, but when you get these fixtures for $50 and $80 with the utility contributing the balance, the return on investment, particularly the first year numbers, shoot way up. The 30 watt, also Design Lights Consortium listed product. This again has the full cutoff, which makes it Dark Skies compliant. All of these fixtures, by the way, are universal voltage, 120 through 277. The oddball 208s, 240s, by the way, the driver does pick that up. For all of these products, we have IES files available, so that if you want to do your own lighting layout, feel free. There are a good number of lighting layout software programs out there. The one that I've used, really just mostly out of habit and because it's free, is made by Lithonia. It can be found at their website. You can Google that actually pretty easily, and the name of the software itself is called Visual. So if you just Google Lithonia Visual, you will find links to the free download. And MaxLight IES files for all of these products as well as others are available right off of our website. Or if you're just one of those who likes to have things done for you, that's fine. Contact us, telephone, fax, email, smoke signal, whatever's best for you. And we'll do that layout for you. Obviously, we'd have some questions about the site, and we have a simple form that makes that easy to communicate back to us. 70 watt wall pack, again, same parameters, Design Lights Consortium certified, full cutoff, universal voltage. These products are of the highest quality. We're using only chips that have LM80 data available, and all of these fixtures have been tested to LM79. By the way, that information is also available to you upon request. Folks, we do understand that your time is valuable, particularly these days of the holidays. We've all got so much to do. We hope that we brought some value to the 20 or 30 minutes or so that we spent together. If you have any interest in looking at past webinars, you have the information in front of you. Also, you can get that information from YouTube. I highly advise you to subscribe to the MaxLight Newsroom blog. I was a little hesitant. I'm not much on these social programs, but I like to telephone and face-to-face myself. But I did join the blog, and now I get great information about news that's coming about these products and the services that MaxLight has to offer and other milestones. Some of these things I'm not sure I would have heard of without. As always, folks, we will leave the Q&A section open for about 10 minutes or so. We'll get back to you all shortly after the holidays with the answers to your questions, with a copy of this webinar that we did today in the form of a PowerPoint slide. We'll follow up in about a month or so with a video version or video audio version that you can download later. We will also include the spreadsheets that we reviewed together today, as well as the MaxLight LED wall packs that we discussed. Thanks again for your time. Have a good holiday.